That's got to be the shortest printing I've ever seen.
Yep.
Check this
Check
out.
this out.
So, dude, I might actually... That's going to be the title for this video. Check this out. What's going on, guys? Budget Competitor here, and today I'm joined by Mr. Chris, and he's playing a deck I never played against, but I always had a slight interest in it.
Yeah.
And how did you do? How did you fare? Would you say?
2-2. Almost got 3-1, but time got called, and I could have attacked for game for that one. But
and what do you think about this deck in particular? Like, would you play this in the future? Would there be things that you're going to change?
This is probably my second favorite deck of all time. I love this deck. I love the lore behind the Mekk-Knights.
I'm stingy.
Anyway, I love this deck, man. I won't ever put this down. So,
well, fantastic, man. All right, let's jump into it.
Play the standard first 9 purple Nightfall. For anybody who doesn't know, you can summon Mekk-Knights to any column that has 2 cards in it. So that's not an effect. It's just a condition. So if there's 2 cards, you can just special summon them to that zone. His unique effect is he can target a Mekk-Knight. That's the cost. The banishing is not a cost, but you can target a Mekk-Knight, and if it resolves, you can banish that target, and then you can search another Mekk-Knight, which you typically go for one of the next 6. First off is Blue Sky. He's the one that everybody wants to ash, because when his unique effect is when he's summoned, he can search up to however many Mekk-Knights from your deck, according to how many cards your opponent controls in that column. So if they have a link monster, a monster, and a trap, you can search 3. So that's pretty crazy.
That is insane.
And so it really does help too.
Can you actually search up to, like, so if, let's say you have, like, let's just say you have your link monster, a trap, and then they have a monster and a trap. Could you technically search 4?
No, it's according to how many cards you have the opponent has.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the fun thing is you play kaijus. So if they have a monster in an extra deck, extra monster zone, and they have a smaller trap set, you can kaiju one of the other monsters to set it, so you can search out 3. So.
It sounds unfair.
But this deck needs it. Anyway, this deck's going to change tomorrow because I'm getting Pot of Prosperities tomorrow. So I can't wait, but you're either searching blue or you're searching Girsu. This is the other money card in the deck.
How did Girsu fare in this?
He works great. I mean, he baits out Ash, because on summon you can send a Orcust or a War Legacy card from your deck. So I'll show that target here in a little bit, but typically people don't want that because if you get that card sent to the graveyard, you can go into Lib, which is in the extra deck, and Lib just sets you up with so many different plays. Also, he can, if he's the only monster you control, you can summon a token to your side and your opponent's side.
Okay.
So he sets up some really good plays. He allows Mekk-Knights to actually go first. So he is awesome. Moving on to Mekk-Knight Indigo Eclipse, the move boy
so
himself.
Pretty.
Yeah, I love the art on all these cards too, man.
Girsu especially. The Secret Rare really brings out the Mekk-Knights, I think.
Yeah, I wish they would make this guy because he's like technically one of the best.
Now, does he have more than, like, I think he only has like 2 printings, doesn't he?
I believe so. I think the Megaton and the Extreme Force.
And I think he was super in both of them, which is kind of not fair.
Yeah.
At
This
least
is the time before they actually started switching up all the rarities for the Megatons.
Right.
So if they ever want to reprint him in like the OTS packs, I would love to have Indigo Eclipse Secret. Konami, please make that happen. Anyway, he's one of the best because he works really well with your trap, and so his effect is you can switch him from any column to another that's open, and so you can technically get 4 negates with your opponent, if you can access both of them. You typically want one in the graveyard or one in the deck. And so yeah, it's really fun times. It gives your opponent a major headache.
I know it gave me a headache when I was going against the man.
The only other normal summon in the deck is I play one Abram.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think anybody actually played this one.
So he can help set up for columns as well, because you can normal summon
That's got to
him.
be the shortest printing I've ever seen.
Yep.
Check this out.
This out. So,
Dude, I might actually... That's going to be the title for this video. Check this out.
No, he's one of my favorites too. I just love the fact... I love the fact that I can play a vanilla monster in 2021.
Right.
It's just so awesome.
And not have it be Suship.
Yeah, because like he can set up a column, but you can also use him for like Morning Star's effect to ditch, to summon out. I mean, search out one of your spells or traps. So he's never a brick in my eyes. So yeah, that's all the shiny ones. For the other ones, I have one yellow star. He's the spell and trap popper. These next two are not once per turns. So if I have Indigo Eclipse, I can summon him to one field, pop a spell or trap, and then use Indigo's Eclipse effect, switch him to another, and pop another spell or trap. So
That's not very nice.
so one yellow, one red moon. He's a monster popper. So and the same. If you have Indigo Eclipse, you can switch him around to pop multiple. Just depends on how your graveyard's set up. And then the one brick in my eye, one green horizon. On attack declaration, he can add a Mekk-Knight from your graveyard, which can help with certain plays, but I mean, he's just a 21 beater. I really just use him as a name. So,
Okay.
but that is it for the Mekk-Knights. 3 Mothras. Yeah, if I play Bird Up, I want to be able to play. So I need to have the Wing Kaiju in order to get out. And if somebody sets up with Dragoons or anything like that, I want to be able to out those as well.
Now, why specifically the insect kaiju against, like, specifically Bird Up? Like, what is the matchup there?
It's because it's a win attribute, and so Bird Up allows you once they get
Oh,
all
because
set
of the
up,
statue.
yeah,
That's right.
Once they and Mekk-Knights can't play if that thing is up, because I can't special summon
Right.
my monsters, and so I need to be able to out that at any time. So, and then I'll show you a fun thing that you can do with the kaiju here and later. But the only other monster I play is the Wall Chalice. He's the card that you send with Girsu, and so except for the turn that he's sent, the effect that really matters is except for the turn that it's sent, you can banish this to search out any Warlike Sea Spell or Trap from your deck. So you can search out Succession, you can search out the Trap, you can search out the Quick Play spell, Memories.
Now, this is just a personal question of mine. Would you ever consider, like, not replacing this, but to play alongside it, World Wand? Because World Wand can special summon a banished World Legacy or Orcust monster.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing though is like this is the only War Legacy monster I play. I mean, I can bring back Girsu, but Girsu really doesn't do anything except for just get play started for me. So
Right.
no, this is the only one I would want to have, and it's technically not a brick. So actually today, I was playing against a guy, Brandon, and I had a Lancia out in the field, and he was playing dangerous, so I was like, I don't want him to attack and get major damage on me, so I attributed the Lancia set this card so I can get its effect again next turn. So anyway, I'll show you all that covered later.
Okay.
That's all on the extra side deck. I mean, for the spells, mandatory 3 Dark Ruler no more. You don't want to play against Dragoon. You don't want to play against bird up or anything like that. So you really want to make sure you can actually play the game. So not causing you any battle damage is fine.
This card is definitely, in my eyes, becoming a staple with all the ridiculously powered decks that are coming back out.
Yep. A tech that will probably come out, most definitely will come out tomorrow when I get my Heart of Prosperity. But it helps is 2 pinpoint landing. I know some players are like, you should just play 1. But the effect is if I special summon exactly 1 monster from my hand to the field, I can draw 1 card. And so if I don't activate that effect, I have to send this to the grave. But you're playing Mekk-Knights, so you're just summoning a card up to the field all the time from your hand. So
and this is just a once per turn effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is it a soft once per turn? So if you had 2, then you could activate?
No, I believe it's a hard once per turn. Yeah, you can only.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Rolex Key. I know this helped lock you down for quite some time.
Yep. Yeah, this is the one that negates the traps, right?
Yep. So on activation, I can return a World Legacy or Mekk-Knight card from my banish zone to my hand. And then the continuous blanket effect is it negates any trap effects that activate in the same column as a Mekk-Knight. And so I know for you, it was
playing a trap heavy deck, man. I was getting so mad. I was like, dude, this is messed up.
So
anybody who was here for the entire stream saw that, I'm sure.
But I'll keep this aside for a second. Going on with the spells, 1 succession. I mean, it's Monster Reborn.
You only play 1?
Only 1 because I play Monster Reborn as well.
Okay. Is this a solid 40 card deck?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I see now. Consistency.
Yeah. Regeki.
Right.
You don't really care about
board wipe. I mean, you bring everything back.
Mind control.
I'm ready for him to come back to 3. There's no.
I know.
Yeah. Personal preference though. Not everybody agrees with that.
Harvey's Feather Duster.
Why did you hesitate?
This is like one of the longest banned cards that has ever been on the list for
right?
like what 15, 17 years or something.
1 Upstart.
Okay.
And then 3 World Legacy Memory. This is the E-Telly for the deck, so you can special summon a Mekk-Knight from your hand or deck. Then at the end of that turn, that Mekk-Knight comes back to your hand. So typically what some people like to do is activate this, bring out purple, this guy. And if they try to attack or try to do something to it, you can banish this to search another Mekk-Knight. And so it's not like you really lost anything on that. So love this card. This is the card that can help get 2 of these on the field to set up for 4 negates. So it's really awesome. And then 1 Call by the Grave for the last of the spells. Traps, the best card in the deck. World Legacy Secret. On activation, you can target 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And then, just like Key, if a monster effect would activate, its effect is negated as long as you have a Mekk-Knight in the same column. So you can.
This was the other thing that was locking me up.
So you have the monster effect negate, the trap negate, and then you have the spell negates. So
I don't think you actually got this.
I didn't.
That would have been like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Well, I mean, the only thing that this really doesn't do is you had field spells. And that was the only spell I saw from you. So, like, this does nothing against that. But
well, plus I also have the terraforming and the white destiny and cursed outland.
But if all 3 of these are on the field, monster effects, trap effects, spell effect, all negated. As long as I have Mekk-Knights in the field, and I'm constantly trying to summon as many Mekk-Knights to the field. So this deck can get pretty nasty pretty quickly. So
As I experienced tonight, I got a cheat win though. I got a win to time.
and then one of the best cards for Mekk-Knights, which I don't understand why some people don't run this in their main deck, is Red Reboot. I main deck it. Only because there's a lot of people that play traps nowadays, and so you want that extra.
Especially with the Eldritch one being one of the tops.
Yeah. But the best thing about this card is that it helps you out because if your opponent wants to, they can set another spell or trap, which just sets up another column for you.
Right, and they can't activate trap cards for the rest of the turn.
Yep. So 40 cards. That's the main deck. Like I said,
she is nasty, by the way.
2 very beautiful tokens.
Gorgeous. These. Now, did you pull those or did you buy those?
I had one guy just like throwing one on the field, and I was like, "Hey, I'll take that." He's like, "Here you go." And then I traded for the other one.
Yeah, I love the World Legacy token. That aside from it's not the Nibiru token is one of my favorite ones, but this one is just gorgeous.
This and,
like it almost looks like Cortana, but like anime version.
Yeah. So those are the tokens that you summon with Girsu, starting with Link 4s, 1 Abramax. I thought I had you with this, but you were able to get over it.
I think that's what ended up saving me, was to get over him.
Yeah, but he's just a beast all by himself.
Yeah.
Can't be targeted with card effects, and if he is destroyed, he has a non-targeting shuffle. And so if you didn't have Venus in your hand, I think I could have gotten that game. But but he's the best boy in the deck. 1 Borrelsword. Excuse me. OTK enabler.
Right.
I just wanted to keep Mekk-Knights on the field. That's the reason why I didn't go into this against you. Otherwise,
I mean, this is pretty much just a sealer. Like I feel like this is like if you just can't get in.
Yeah.
I feel like Borrelsword might be the best way to do it.
Yep. But I knew once I attacked, your monster would have flipped and banished him anyway. So, those are the only Link 4s, Link 3s, Spectrum Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really nasty monster. If he is the only card in the zone, it cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target it with the card effects. And if I had a card in the same column as him, I can send it to the grave and summon a Mekk-Knight from my deck in defense mode. And so
that is just nasty.
And
look
if
at
he
that.
Is
it even looks
only,
nasty.
And if he is the only card in the column that he's in, I can attack directly. For the only other Link 3, just for a fun tech.
Crusadia, okay.
Crusadia Equimax, because you can have your Indigo Eclipse on its arrows.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only attack with this. You can't attack with the monsters that he points to. And so you would attack for major damage, especially with the kaiju and whatnot. And if that's not OTK, you can use the Indigo Eclipse to shift, and then they can attack.
Wow.
So just a fun little tech that I found in the deck. One of the, going on to Link 2's, probably the second best card in the deck, or first, depending on who you ask.
Morningstar.
Morningstar. People don't read this card. It causes them headaches because you can't destroy Mekk-Knights by battle if they're in a different column than the monster attacking. And I take no battle damage.
That is just busted. I feel like this deck as a whole, the issue I noticed with Mekk-Knight, because I tried to play Invoke Mekk-Knight, it is a deck that you have to know.
Yeah.
If you sleep on this deck, it can really give you a headache because it can lock you down completely, especially when it's on summon effect. When it's summoned, you can send a War Legacy or a Mekk-Knight card from your hand and search out any War Legacy spell or trap. So you're typically getting your trap so that you can disrupt your opponent's plays.
Yeah, that's why I've always considered this deck to be like, an experienced player's deck.
Yeah.
I've been playing for 2 years now, and I'm still No, I'm not ready for that.
Some other people would consider this next one to be the best card. It is Lib, the World Key Blade
That is
Master.
definitely depending on who you ask. Now, I
Yeah.
think in terms of Orcust, like after the banning of Harpor and all that,
Yeah.
I think Lib was great, but I could
Yep.
definitely see what you're saying because people know what Lib does. Not
Yeah.
a lot of people know what Morningstar does.
Yeah.
You know, Morningstar is devastating. If
They
you-
both work so well together. These two, just because he can search out a spell trap, she can set a spell trap, and so you're just getting a ton of advantage on your opponent. And then Lib's other effect, which is the reason why I was going to mention about the Kaiju, is you can Kaiju your opponent. You go into Lib, link Lib into Aeromax or whatever, or Morningstar. Liv's effect, you can target the Kaiju, send it back to your deck, and now you have a Kaiju to use later against your opponent. And so,
Very nice.
that's just
So
one
you
of
get over a problem,
Yeah.
and then bring the problem, and then get rid of another
Yeah.
potential problem.
Yep. So it's just an endless supply of Kaijus in my mind with her. So, but that's it for for the best monsters. My other link to IP.
I love this card.
I do too. It's really nasty when you can go into this, and then make Abramax, and now he can be destroyed by card effects and stuff like that. And so, anyway. And then the only other link to I have is Galatea. Because I do...
Oh, okay, because of Girsu.
Yep. Link ones, I play Secure Gardener, and Link Spider. So if somebody were to Nibiru me, I'll go into the Link Spider and then go into this, so I have at least I can take less damage on the next turn. And then since I played the Galatea, you got to play the Ding.
Okay. Yeah.
As
Girsu is such a good card.
fun text on the side. We'll go into the staples real quick. I played the Sanctum package.
Okay.
So you got your standard Sanctums and Scythe and Lancia. I don't play Trap Tricks. I probably should, but
I
is
feel
what
like
it
Trap
is.
Tricks might take up too much room.
yeah. And the only other trap I play is 3 Goes in. I tried to get
Which
it,
you did side that against me.
Yeah, I tried to do it against you because I didn't realize you were going to play Guru because all I saw in the first game was
Eldritch.
the Eldritch. But when I saw the Girsu, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But then you negated it, so. Anyway, so
That was a fun game, though.
yeah. But that's the.
That game was very much in your favor. Like,
Yeah. But that's the standard stuff. The non-standard stuff, because I play a lot of against a lot of like Eldritch, Guru, and stuff like that. You're playing both of those decks, and I hate those decks. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to side 3 Denkoseka. So you're gonna have to Solemn Judgment this, otherwise you can't activate spells and traps. And so neither player can, but I mean, like, as long as I'm stopping you, my monsters are gonna be able to.
it almost stops Guru.
Yeah. And then because I know that your trap allows you to attack over. I mean, get over. So I decided to honest. And so the fun thing about this is what I was talking about with Brandon is I used Sanctum, got out Alancia, and he had a Danger Bigfoot and some other dangers on the field, and so he's like, okay, attack. I said, okay. Damage step. He's like, wait, what? I said, honest. He's like, oh my goodness, what is this? And then the next turn I drew into my second honest. And I said, okay. And he had a Hope Harbinger, number 38 on the field. And so I said, okay, declare an attack. He's like, what? I said, damage step? He's like, no. I said, honest. So, the weaknesses of Mekk-Knights, in my view, is for some people, they can easily get over the attack that Mekk-Knights have And so I was like, you know, I need to put something like that in the deck just to kind of get that.
Definitely a big brain play.
So
because I think a lot of people maybe sometimes forget that Honest exists.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those older cards.
I mean, except for Girsu and the Kaijus, like, all your monsters are light. And so this just really helps out. And so I'm considering putting it in the main deck just for the shock value. But those are my spicy techs for the deck. So, but yeah, that's the whole deck. It will change tomorrow. Like I said, I'm getting Pot of Prosperity, so should be able to make it a little bit more consistent.
Glad you're able to afford that card.
I had to sell quite a bit of stuff in order to get
I'm not
it.
even sure what that card's up to now. I don't even know if I want to look it up, to be honest with
It
you.
was around $100, but I'm actually getting it at a good price. Somebody's selling it to me for $73 a pop.
Oh, wow.
So I was like,
That's awesome.
I'll take it.
Jump on that deal.
Yep. So anyway, that's the profile, man.
Is there any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out to Budget Competitor.
I appreciate that, man.
And shout out to One Stop here. It's fun, casual locals. And yeah, shout out to my wife.
Well, Mrs. Reinhart, if you're watching this, your husband is a very nice man.
Love you, beautiful.
And for all of you guys watching at home, thank you so much for tuning in to today's deck profile. And for all of you guys that were watching this live on the Twitch stream, thank you guys for tuning in and sticking through with me. I'm sorry I wasn't able to read everybody's comments. I don't know what happened to my stream manager, but it decided to kill itself, I guess. So, but anyway, thank you, Chris, for being on this deck profile.
No problem.
Thank you, Heather, for staying open late, and thank you guys again for watching. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and have a great day.